When I remember the day that my dad came to me, he said, "Hey, we're about to go to America." I said, "What is America?" My children did not choose me. I wanted kids.
Yes.
And God blessed me with them. So they don't owe me anything.
No.
But I owe them everything. Just remember, understand why you're doing it for. There's multiple voices out there telling you multiple different things. But at the end of the day, the choice is yours.
I'm glad you're advising people because personally, one of the things I've said when I was young, I would never go to the military.
Every vet don't come home the same.
Definitely,
Nobody ever come home the same. It don't matter that you are stationed in the United States. It don't matter where you're stationed overseas.
Yeah.
It don't matter where you're stationed at. You don't come home the same.
The same, yeah. Hello viewers, it's another week, another episode. My name is Isika and I want to invite you today to subscribe to the channel. Also, turn that notification bell so when we post, you can get a notification. So without further ado, I will have my guest of today introduce himself. Give us your names, maybe where you are from, all the good details.
I'm Matendo. I mostly go by MT. A lot of people know me by MT, but born in Congo, raised in Tanzania, moved in America in 2008. Honestly, it's not really much, except that I'm so happy to be here with you as my brother. I'm so happy, and the fact that we've known each other for a long time.
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
So we've been waiting for this conversation to happen, and you know what? Maybe let's dive into it.
I know.
Let's dive into it.
This is the way overdue, right?
Let's just dive into it and see where our conversation gonna go.
Yes. Yeah. So I know some of the things will touch your background.
Yes.
We'll touch your background in the military.
Yes.
And then we also touch into your experience or your life post the military. So I'm really excited. Personally, it's something the military I haven't really looked into it as much.
Right.
But I'm really trying to learn from you as much as possible. And if there's somebody out there who may be thinking about military service, this will be the episode for you. But before we dig into all those details, give us a background story about your life. You said you were born in Congo.
Yes.
And then I grew up
in Tanzania.
And then you ended up moving.
I moved in 2008.
Yeah. If you can build a good foundation for us, like your story, your background story, so then our audience can really get to know you really well.
Honestly, it wasn't that much. I think my background is basically like any other child that grew up back home. Honestly, we share so much in common, but we really just happen to pick different choices or maybe different paths in a way per se. But for me, I feel like I grew up the same life that as anybody else did. We had the same dreams. We had the same everything. I remember, for example, when I was growing up, the first time that we found out we were coming to America, I didn't even know what America was. Wow. I did not know.
Yes.
You know,
were you too little or?
I know it wasn't about being too little. It was just the space that I was in. It wasn't allowing us to think bigger than what we know. And then I don't think I'm the only one that struggled with that too. It's just because you only see the outside the villages. You don't really get a chance to really see outside the villages. You don't get the same images like the way we do. School was different. Everything was different. So like, the dreamers never really got a chance to dream bigger, per se. And then because you see the same thing over and over again, even though I left home when I was younger, but at the same time, I was like, when I remember the day that my dad came to me, he said, "Hey, we're about to go to America." I said, "What is America?" That's my first question. What is America? Really? What is it?
What is it? Yeah.
Well, what is it about it? And then the process of us coming here, it was an excitement. At the same time, it was like, then what? So I gotta leave my friends behind. I gotta leave this behind. I gotta leave all these people behind. So learning all that, it was a matter of a dramatic change.
Yes.
But at the same time, it was something that I hoped for, maybe. But at the same time, maybe not. Because it was so much that I was gonna leave behind. So I didn't know like how to feel about it. So basically my little background is go to school, come home, be a trouble kid like everybody else, growing up like everybody else. So it was always like, what's next? It was always like, what do you look for next?
Right. be born in Congo, do you have any memories of Congo?
No, not at all. Because I was born, and then I was born in the middle of a war. So when a war happened, when a war was going on, the time that I was born, I was the only child that my parents had. So being the only child, my parents just fled to Tanzania for refugees. So basically, I've been a refugee my whole life.
Yes.
So I don't even know what really home looks like, to be honest. So I don't really have a home.
Yes.
I don't have a home, and I don't even know how to speak my own native language. So all those things are different. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that feels like that, but it's been half of us that were born in the middle of that. We don't even understand like how to maneuver ourselves around it.
How was life in a refugee camp, if you don't mind sharing?
Honestly, in life in a refugee camp, I feel like it was normal. I feel like it was normal because everybody else was doing exactly the same thing.
So was it normal because that's all you knew?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Basically, that's what I knew. You go to school, you come back home, you do this, you play with the kids in the playground, whatever case may be, outside, whatever case may be. Everybody seemed to be doing exactly the same thing. So it wasn't too well. Everybody's thinking outside the box until America came around.
Yes.
And then everybody's, okay, your case is coming up. Your case is coming up. Your name is being called. Now you finally go to America. You can see your parents a little different around. So it was one of those things that nobody really ever expected, but it just happened. And I don't think even our parents knew how to sit us down and tell us what was going on. So we just happened to be like, okay, this is what's going on, and this is what was happening. So in order for us to be like, maybe it is what it is.
Yes, that makes sense. I interviewed this young, beautiful lady about, we were talking about mental health. And she happened to have also been at a refugee camp. And I asked her what her experience was like in a refugee camp.
Right.
And she had a pretty good point that our experience was different from our parents' experience.
Yes.
Because for us, she was just a kid. Yes. So she just playing around. So our parents could have been like stressed out, like where they're going to get meal and all of that. Exactly. But for us, it was a different experience, right?
Yes.
So you can maybe...
Honestly, I relate to her 100% because 99.9, not even 99, actually 100% with us, it was never to where we felt the burden of being a refugee child. And with so many people, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. There's so many of us that pressure, you don't feel it because our parents made sure that we don't feel it. Even though they were struggling, they never really put it out there for us to understand it. You know what I'm saying? They didn't understand like how much food they did not eat, how much food we did not have. Every day they knew that we gotta have 3 meals at the same time. And then it's like you get used, it becomes a common thing because you and your neighbors are going through the same thing. So your neighbor's kids can't really make fun of you.
Right.
And you can't really make fun of your neighbor's kids.
Make fun of them either, yeah. yeah, that makes sense. Saying? Yes.
And then when things like that's happening, so okay, then what we do next? Hi. Hi.
What are you doing?
Hi.
What are you doing?
Hey.
Hey,
Hi, babies.
What are you doing, Papa?
Me and Uncle Isika, we're doing a podcast.
So maybe you guys can tell us. Do you guys want to be part of the podcast?
Do you guys want to be a part of the podcast? Y'all want to be a part of the podcast?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So Uncle Isaiah, I'm going to ask you guys some questions, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Uncle Isaiah, I'm going to ask you some questions.
Papa.
You got chapati?
Yeah.
That's chapati. Let's go chapati.
I know.
Chapati. Say chapati. Papa, say chapati. Papa? Say chapati.
Say cha.
Chapati.
Party.
You got chapati.
Me too. I left mine in the car.
You left yours in the car? All right, Uncle Ziggy's doing a podcast.
Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
You want to
say your names?
Say your names. Right here. Say your name right here.
Michelle.
You too.
My name is Destiny.
Awesome. So, Matendo, do we have permission to have them on YouTube?
That's fine.
Or we cut them out?
I'm pretty sure it's okay.
Okay.
Papa, what are you doing?
Okay.
We just can't have it. Papa, what are you doing? It's okay, but we just can't have it. Papa, what are you doing? I did this hairstyle.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
I'm having a conversation with Uncle Isika.
I did my hair. Mommy did my hair and then I did the...
Uncle.
That is...
Where did you get chapati from? I didn't know you know about chapati anyway.
We got from church. Yes, church.
Oh, which church do you guys go to? That's chapati.
The one by our school. We need a Bible. we need a Bible because every time we go, when we go, they ask us so much Bible questions.
They ask you so much Bible questions? Did you have an answer? Why not? You don't believe in the Bible?
They never asked us.
They never asked you? Who never asked you?
The teacher that was teaching us.
Okay, how about this? Do me a favor, right? Let me finish this conversation with Uncle Isika, okay?
Okay.
You guys go upstairs. I'll come see you guys later, okay?
That was beautiful.
Hey, man. You know they're my babies, man. You know that.
I can't wait to have kids so they can be disrupting me. It's beautiful.
It's
you know, I had my friend. He brought his baby. And he was little, but now he's really grown. Yeah. And they can have a conversation, bro. Like I was like, this is beautiful.
That's the same thing that I do with Destiny and them.
Yeah.
That's one of the most amazing things, honestly. It's one of those things that you're not expecting it. It just happens.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that God does and nobody know how to control it. Just appreciate it as much as it comes around. And it is what it is after that. Honestly, for me, I feel it's different for me though.
Yes.
Because I feel like my children saved my life in a way.
Yes.
In a major way.
How so?
They actually pushed me to become a better person. They pushed me to see like the boundaries between wants and needs. Because they're the ones that if I want something and then my children are not feeling the same way, then my wants are not bigger than their needs.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's really different because once you get there, in a way, it's then what? You know what I'm saying? It's you gotta sit down and start questioning yourself, then what? Because I always say one thing to myself is, my biggest thing that I say to myself every day is, my children did not choose me. I wanted kids.
Yes.
And God blessed me with them. So they don't owe me anything.
No.
But I owe them everything.
You do, yeah. Wow.
No.
It's also that sense of now like a human being who you have to take care of. There's a responsibility, but also knowing like you are their guardian and you have to model them.
Yeah.
Like in some ways, it can like self-discipline yourself because of it. Maybe that's what you are saying?
It does.
Yes.
It does. Actually, it does. Because at the end of the day, honestly, if you look at it, it's the minute you understand that's bigger than yourself, then you learn how to move yourself around it. You know what I'm saying? Like the minute you really actually pay attention to, hey, it's really not about me anymore. It's bigger than just me. Maybe it's natural. I'm saying I think every human being has it in them. And it's hard to explain it because most of us don't even really know how to explain it to anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Some things you feel, but you cannot explain. Exactly. Yes.
It's really one of those things that I can't sit down and tell you how I feel.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And then words can't really explain it because you can't really put it. If I put it into words, I'm only basically telling you my experience.
Right. That's powerful.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then if I put it into words and I'm only telling you my experience, then what if you get there and my experience is not yours?
Good point.
See what I'm saying? So different.
What I know is just that experience of them running to you and calling you dad and hugging you, and the joy that I see like between is really beautiful.
That's one of those joys that's priceless. You can't put a price tag to that.
Yeah, no, you cannot.
At the end of the day, it's like who you are is the only thing that they see. So they only experience pure love before they grow up to know the difference between love and hate. So if you can give them pure love, then you don't know how to teach them anything else. So they only move based on pure love because that's the only thing they know.
They know, yeah.
That's the only thing they experience. No matter what, because they can, in their eyes, they can never do wrong until you teach them between right and wrong. And then whenever they come around, they're like, okay, that's that. And then at the same time, it could go the same thing. It can be from mom to dad. It's just the level of love and like sacrifices you gotta make in order for them to understand, like, hey, this is where we at.
Yes.
And then if I'm here, I'm safe.
Yeah, the kids, they feel the safest, I think, when they are there with their parents.
Yes.
Unless the parents are abusive.
Yes.
But I think the first
love.
Yes.
First love language.
Yeah.
They can speak. It comes from, I don't know how to explain it, but it comes from It's natural for my parent.
Yes.
Once the mom gets pregnant and the baby start growing, they can still feeling the voice, this, that. They get to distinguish who's who.
Right, even before they are born.
Yes.
That's crazy. This is how God powerful he is.
And
right?
you know what's crazy though? Like once the baby is born, like here, they will tell you, I need you to do skin to skin. Like in the hospital, they will make you, like if you're a man, you're in the hospital, they'll tell you, do you want to do skin to skin with your baby? So your baby can feel the same way that you feel.
Yes. Wow.
So that way you are connected together. Because skin to skin is like, hey, this is me, this is you. I wasn't holding you for 9 months, but now I'm here.
Wow.
I want you to know that now I'm here.
Yeah.
Type of thing. So it's very different. And it depends on how people see it. But I feel like to me, actually, I seen this quote the other day when my son was being born. I went when he was at the hospital. It says, labor is the only blind date where you know you will meet the love of your life. Because you're just walking in.
You're just walking in, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're just walking in. Especially for men, we're just walking in. Even it's the same thing for women. You're just walking in. Yes, you carry this baby for so long.
Yes.
But this is the first time you're gonna meet her.
Yeah.
Or meet her.
Yeah.
You don't even know what it is. You don't even know whether this baby gonna kill you or this baby gonna keep you alive.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just telling you that, hey, this is the only time you're gonna meet somebody that you love for the rest of your life.
Yes.
Like you're gonna be willing to sacrifice everything for. So it's the same thing, like I was saying, like with me, it's the same thing that I do with my kids. I tell my kids, like I tell myself mostly, is like, you didn't ask me to be your dad. I wanted kids.
You wanted kids, yeah.
And God blessed me with you. So now it's my job to make sure that whatever it is going on,
yes,
I have to make sure I cover that.
You cover that, yeah.
Whether it's love, whether it's whatever, whether it's from a distance, anytime they want to feel it, they're able to feel it.
They're able to feel it.
Yeah.
Wow. It's good that they came in because now, when we talk about them later on, at least, people already will have a even better picture. If people would have been imagining, like, okay, who are those, right? Yes.
They don't know what's going on.
So, how do you feel? Definitely, your kids now here, they have a completely different experience than you had, obviously, growing up.
Yeah.
Which I think it's a good thing because definitely now they have more access to better resources than you once had. Yeah. But let's move back to your story.
To go back to the camp and things like that. Okay.
Yes, yes. Is there anything other thing that you want to share about just being in the refugee camp?
Man, I feel like we were more free.
Yes.
We were more free because we didn't understand so much. We were just more free. It's not just, I'm pretty sure I can speak for everybody when I say we're more free. Because it wasn't much. We were being shielded from so much at the same time. It was happening in our eyes, and our eyes wasn't open like that. But it was fun.
It was fun, yes.
It was amazingly fun.
Definitely.
If I look back, it was amazingly fun. Yes, we had our ups and downs and all this and all that, but now looking back, it's like the only reason we were doing, one only reason was more struggle was because everybody was trying to get to the same thing. So it wasn't really per se to where somebody was down or to where it's a bad experience in a way. No, because it shaped us from where we came from to who we are today.
Yeah, definitely. And it made us maybe who you are. Obviously, those experiences.
It shaped a lot. It shaped a part of me a lot in different ways. So it's then when you look at certain things, you look at it and you're like, okay, so then what? What can you change? But in that moment, there wasn't really much to change.
Yes.
So you take life and you look at life and okay, then if I can change that, I gotta learn how to maneuver myself around it.
Definitely.
That's why being in a refugee camp taught us. Whether you eat or you don't eat, whether it is what it is, whether you're gonna have to figure out where to eat, whether whatever it is was, you just have to learn. So it was a tough lesson, but at the same time, it was so that maybe it was meant to prepare us for the future, but we did not know at that time.
Yeah. So then you had a refugee camp, you guys moved to the United States.
Yes.
How was your experience when you moved to America first?
Man, what? I feel like my experience was like everybody else's experience, to be honest. Honestly,
it got to be unique because I came to college, so mine was a little bit different.
Yeah. You came straight to college.
Yeah.
When we first got here, I remember exactly. It was March 19th, 2008. It's funny because we came when it was snowing, right?
Oh man, which state?
In Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah.
And we land, right? We land in Ohio, and I can still remember this day like it was yesterday. Matter of fact, I want to say something here.
Yeah.
I think so. Before we came, we went from Kanembwa. It was like a host refugee area where we had to stay for a minute.
Yes.
Then from there, we flew to Kenya. Then we came from Kenya. We went straight to Chicago. And when we got to Chicago, I remember this day we got to Chicago, right?
Yes.
I didn't even know which was the bathroom, which wasn't the bathroom. Like when the bathroom, and I had to pee.
Yeah. Okay.
So I had to pee. You got a toilet here.
Yes.
And you got a sink over on the other side. And I wanted to find out where to go pee. I went to pee in the sink.
Oh man!
Because I didn't know.
You didn't know, yeah. And
then I remember my little brother looked at me. He said, "I gotta pee too." I said, "Go pee right there," because that's where I just peed.
Yes. The sink.
So he went to pee right in the sink. And after that, it's funny because after that, my dad came and tried to wash his hands.
Yes.
In the sink.
Oh man!
So I'm like, yo.
Were you tall enough to reach in the sink, or you were like to throw up and then come down?
No, I was tall enough to reach in the sink. But when my brother wanted to go pee, I held him for him to pee in the sink. So I was holding him while he peed in the sink. So none of us knew what it was until my dad came out. He said, "Oh, we gotta pee." And then we get to Cleveland. It's cold, bro. Yeah. It's cold. It's freezing. It's freezing. Nobody knows. What do you mean? That we got like sweaters on, and nobody speaks English. Nobody knows what's going on. So my dad speaks French. Yeah. So, golly, my dad speaks French, and then he starts speaking French, talking to random people, and the one person was like, "Hey, are you guys like in French?" Because I'm like, then they have a conversation like, "Yeah, we are here. We just got here," but the person that was supposed to wait for us did not really know how we look like. So when my dad was asking questions. It just happened to be, they want us, yeah, that's how we got to Cleveland. And then my first thought was, is America white? Is America cold? Is this what we're going to do the whole year? If this is the whole year, take me back home. Yeah. Because this whole, I can't do it.
Too much.
I am sorry, I can't do it. There's no way I can do it because it's now you're putting me through all this. It's cold. Yeah. It's freezing, bro. It's really cold. And I'm like, yo, I can't believe. There's no way for me to sit here and do that. Yes. And yeah, that was my first day. I'll never forget it. That was my first day.
I feel like everybody, they have their own experiences, especially when you get to America, or like just some place on the transit, especially if you came like just from the rural or like an area where there was not all these, the
weather was different.
Yeah. Because I remember when I was coming, I didn't know how to, if you use the bathroom, you wash your hands.
You wash your hands, yeah, exactly.
I'll do like this.
Yeah, exactly. Give a push.
Right?
Like, give a push.
And so my guardian was bringing me and my dad. He helped to show me how to actually to dispense.
And all of that?
Yeah, and all of that, yes. And so, oh man, yeah.
No, it was different, man. It was really different because I came here when I was 13 years old. I just had turned 13 when I came here. Yes. And I didn't know. I did not know anything at all. At all, bro.
It's understandable.
I didn't speak the language. I didn't know the language. I didn't know anything. Because when I first got here, they put me in 4th grade. I had to start in 4th grade.
And you're supposed to...
So back home, I was in 5th grade.
So they push you a class behind?
So I was really getting ready to go to like high school. Yes. You're going to go 5th grade and 6th grade. And 7th grade, you're in high school. Yes. Then after high school, 11th grade, then you start going to go to college.
And for people to understand, that's like Tanzania system of education. Yes. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. So people don't get that. And then I came here and they put me in 4th grade. And they gave me the test. even though I didn't speak the language, but I understood.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I understood the math. I understood. The only thing I felt that I was English because honestly I did not speak English.
You didn't speak English.
I couldn't. There was no way for me to read it, but I understood the numbers. So they jumped me from 4th grade to 7th grade.
Wow.
So my first year, I only did 2 months because we got here in March. Then I went April and May. I went to school, and then the following year we had to do an advanced test. Okay, if you're gonna be here, we gotta understand like how everything's going on.
Yes.
And then they put me in ESL class, English as a second language. So I did that, and when I did that, the best way for me to learn English faster was TV. I watch TV like crazy.
Watch TV, yeah.
Me and my siblings watch TV. PBS Kids.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was
man, every morning. We used to fight who's gonna get the remote first.
Yes.
We would sit there every morning, switch the channel. It used to be channel 25 back in Ohio. That was the PBS Kids. So we would just sit there. We watch like Maya, Miguel, Dora. So we watched Dora. It used to be a whole bunch of different shows that we would watch, and there used to be shows that would teach you how to pronounce words. So every time we sit there, we'll practice how to pronounce what they say.
Pronounce words, yeah. It's crazy because I've heard a couple people say the same thing, like they learned English by watching TV.
TV, yeah.
So it seems like TV has been actually a huge instrument for a lot of people.
Honestly, it has. It depends on like what you really. I feel like TV is only like about what you're really looking for.
Yes.
If you're looking for the good thing, you'll find a good thing. If you're looking for the bad thing, you find a bad thing. So it's really all about what you're really looking for. Because back then, it wasn't really... Because when we got here, we didn't even know there was other Africans here.
Yeah.
We got here and they put our house right next to the beach.
Really?
Yeah. Like, it was like maybe 15 minutes walk.
Wow.
From where we used to live out to the beach, it was like maybe 15 minutes walk.
So that must have felt nice. Oh, you didn't think twice about it.
I didn't even think twice about it. Now I'm looking at it. I'm like, yo,
that was such a privilege.
Wow. I never even thought about it.
Yeah.
Till we left. Till we moved. And then we found out there was more Africans, and more Africans started coming visiting.
Yes.
And then that's how we got to know, hey, there's more Africans. We're not the only ones.
Yeah.
And then
which I'm pretty sure it felt nice.
Yeah, it felt really good because we were over there. Yo, who are these people? Like we always felt like we were the outsiders. So like when they found out you were an outsider, and then you just trying to put everything together.
Yes. And
then being young, kids were just playing outside, but at the same time we don't understand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
it makes a lot of sense.
It was a little different in a way, but TV really did help a lot.
It did help a lot.
Yes.
So then you served in the military.
Yes.
Has this always been like your dream? Or how did you come to decide that you want to get into the military?
Honestly, the military has always been my dream. The reason why it's always been my dream was because back home, given the lifestyle that we're living in, and I was seeing like military people were like, yeah, we got it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we are the ones. You know what I'm saying? Type of thing. And then I remember growing up here, a couple of my friends back in Ohio, two of my friends, they went to the military. And I always knew that's what I wanted to do. I didn't do it at first because when I graduated high school, my mom and my dad wanted me to go to college. So I looked at them, I said, this is what I want to do. They're like, no, you got to go to school. You got to go to school. I said, Mom, I did everything that I got to do with school. Because I graduated of 200 kids. I graduated in top 10. I was ranked number 5.
Yeah.
I had different scholarships. Yeah. I went from a public school to a private school. Like I did multiple different things, but at the same time, it was like, this is what I really want to do. I really want to go to the military, at least have the experience and actually see it and actually understand it and get to know what it is. Because I remember I met my kid's mom back in 2011. And the first day that I met her, I said, look, here's what I want to do. He's where my future life looking like. I want to sit down. I want to get married. Me and you I want us to get married. And I also want to go to the military.
And when you speak of that particular person, is the mother of the kids, Destiny and Isaiah, who just showed
Destiny and Isaiah, Destiny and Isaiah, the ones they just put up a little bit ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the first. Those were the first words that I said to her. I said, hey, this is what I want to do. and this is what I want to go. And if it's all right with you, we can follow the same path. It also took me a minute. It took me a minute because at first she didn't want me to go.
Yeah.
So I waited. So I told her from 2011 that I was going to do that. I waited until 2016. So 5 years.
5 years, yeah.
For her to be like, yeah, it's okay, you can go.
Yeah.
So it took me a minute too. It was always something that I wanted to do.
You wanted to do, yes.
But it was always like somebody else having a conversation in the middle of it to where I have to put it off. And then I also had to go sit down and think about which branch I really wanted to join.
Because then there's different branches.
Army,
right?
that's for kids. I ain't gonna play with that. Army's for kids.
Yes.
Navy, females. Honestly, I appreciate all of them because everybody.
So how the
Marine Corps, the best of them all.
So if the people, some of the audience, they are in the Army or they are in the, which is the other ones,
the Navy, Air Force.
So if they want to listen to this and you say this is from...
It's the truth. It's the truth though.
Are they going to come up to you and say, oh, what are you talking about?
Marines, you know what's crazy?
Yes.
A Marine is a Marine for life. A soldier is not a soldier for life.
Yeah. Wow. What makes them like Marine for life?
Because the thing that we have to go through, the sacrifice you have to sacrifice, they are different. They are different. It's not about, yes, you do get to sacrifice mentally, but physically at the same time. You know what I'm saying? The first thing you do when you go to boot camp, right? The first thing you do, you get in this bus, maybe you fly out of somewhere, or whatever case may be, and you get there and you walk through them yellow footprints. As soon as you walk on them yellow, the first thing that goes in your head, can I cuss on here or no? I can? What the fuck am I doing here?
Yes. Yeah.
That's it. That's really the first question that goes in your head.
Yeah.
Before them two doors opens. So you get there, and wherever you go, Paris Island or in California, you get there, and the first thing you do, so you're prepping yourself mentally. Oh yeah, it's gonna be all right, bro. I got this. It is what it is. I'm gonna do this. It's okay. Soon as you get there, the minute that you walk in, you don't even. This is the time before you even walk in the building where you're supposed to be at. Yeah. This is outside the building. When you're about to step your foot on those yellow footprints, your soul leaves you.
And why is that? Like, you haven't even gone through the experience. What makes it somebody even like casual say you're doing here?
I feel like it's that fear of unknown. It's the unknown that you don't know. Yeah. So in your head, you already played all these scenarios and everything, how you think is everything gonna be. Yeah. As soon as you step, boom, you walk in the shoes above grades. So it's no longer just yourself. Yeah. It's one of those presents that you walk in, then you know for a fact you are walking somewhere different. Yeah.
You can feel it.
You can feel it. The environment is different. Yeah. The air is different. Everybody around there is different. And then as soon as you step your foot on those yellow footprint, you are stripped of every civilian parts that you know over yourself.
In that moment, or it's like in
that moment,
it's a progressive.
In that very moment.
How is that? How is it? Yeah.
Because you got the drill instructors. So you got people yelling at you in your ears, back to back. Now I'm listening to you. Yeah. I'm listening to this person. I'm listening to that person. At the same time, your mind is going through processing multiple things in just matter of seconds. Wow. So imagine me yelling at you and somebody else yelling at you on the other side.
And you probably don't know their ranks.
And then you don't even know their ranks. And you still trying to understand. Yeah. It's the only place that you don't know how to speak about you, but you speak in a third person point of view.
Do they do that as an intimidation tactic to see if you actually have the...
No, they do us saying, only thing we gotta do is strip everything that you think of civilian. Now we can teach you. Yeah. How to become what we want to mold you into. Wow. So you just been a civilian at that time. Yes. So we gotta take that civilian away from you.
Yeah.
And then give you back what you asked for us to give you. It's great though. It's fun though. It's fun. It's fun. Honestly, it's fun. But if you going through it the first time, yeah.
But at what point did you? is there at one point when do you feel like comfortable? Okay, I belong.
No, never, bro. The only time that I felt that I was comfortable, was when we graduated to be Marines.
That's when you feel like
we cried, bro.
Really?
We cried. Everybody cried because so much as you were pulled on the line.
Yes.
Your body hurts. Everything hurts.
Yeah.
Every disrespect you endure. However somebody's talking to you, gotta endure that. Every single thing. And once you're done, it's pride.
Yeah.
It's like you took your pride back.
Wow.
And that's how it feels. It feels like you took something from me, but you were teaching me something else.
Yes.
But at the same time, I want what you took from me back.
Yes.
And they give you the EGA, and then you hold it in your hands, and you want to hold it so tight.
The EGA is like
ego, global, and anchor. So you hold that super tight.
Yeah, because you have worked for it.
This is what I want.
And you have suffered for it.
I have sacrificed everything just to get here.
Yeah.
And somebody to acknowledge that I am one of them.
Yeah. Wow. Do these leaders treat you different once you have attained that?
Yes. Well, it's different. It will switch up so quick.
Yes.
It will go from I don't like you to you're my brother.
Wow.
That quick.
Wow.
That quick.
But they know because of the work they have done on you guys that you are actually their brother.
Yes. They know that.
So all this being tough is for them to try.
Them teaching you, hey, I just want you to get to where I'm at.
Yeah. So they're doing it out of love.
That's it. But you won't feel it because in your head you think like, they just hate me.
Yeah.
Because if you love me, why would you put me through all these things? But it's not like that because in their heads they are trained to change you and make you like them.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying?
Yes. So let's track back.
Okay.
For somebody who wants to, or they're in the process of deciding if they want to go join the Army, Marine Corps, or like
military in general.
Yeah, military in general. Can you first of all tell us maybe the different branches or departments of the military?
The different branches depends, well, because the beauty about the military is you got a job like everybody else got a job.
Yeah.
So like first you start with ASVAB. You gotta pass your ASVAB. So if you pass your ASVAB, it require your score will determine what job you take.
What is that kind of a test? Is it like a medical, physical? Or
no,
what is
ASVAB is like a computer test. Math. You gotta do a math, science. It's to all these other tests. It's like a 3 hours test, but you do 9 different levels.
Yeah.
So depending which score you score at every level, they determine to where they're gonna put you at. So let's say if you score to where you're gonna be behind the desk.
Yes.
Administration, for an example, right? And then you be behind the desk all day, every day. So
if I choose to be administrative, so behind the desk, do I still get the same level of training as everybody else?
The Marine Corps, you got.
There's no shortcut.
The Marine Corps, there's no shortcut.
Yeah.
The Marine Corps, every Marine is a killer.
If you are on desk,
every Marine is a rifleman.
Yeah.
Every Marine is a rifleman.
Wow.
I'm not going to say every Marine is a killer, but every Marine is a rifleman.
Yeah.
You are trained to be a rifleman.
Yeah.
Because if something change, if the ones that's out there on the field dies, which other ones are going to come get? I'm going to come get everybody else that's around. Whoever work in the warehouse, whoever work here, whoever work there, we need everybody to come back because we trained you guys the same way. So now we need everybody to put together.
Yeah.
Not just because the ones that's on the front line, you two going to be on front line.
On the front line, yeah.
So every Marine is a rifleman.
Wow. So you do this test, you are graded, and that will determine which
job you can take.
And this is in the general, just for the military.
That's for the military. That's any branch.
So if somebody, I know people can Google, but in the beginning you mentioned that like the Army or the
Navy, the Air Force,
that's according to you, it's like a lower.
They're not really low level, but everybody gonna talk kaki about their branch.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? They're not really low.
Yeah.
But Marines are the best.
Marines are the best.
Yes.
So most likely if I go like to the Army, they will probably say the Army is the best.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
But until they come across a Marine.
Yes. Would you say like majority of people want to be a Marine, but they just cannot get there?
The Marine, at least the few, the proud. The few, the proud. The Marine Corps, the only fewest branch that has members versus any other branch. One is hard.
Yeah.
It's not easy to get through every single thing.
No.
You gotta be able to willing to do it.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to endure every single pain. We are the only ones that goes through boot camp. For everybody else is like 8 weeks. For the Marines, it's 13 weeks.
Wow.
So it's not like where it's easy.
Yes.
No, it's not really easy. Honestly, it's not. And then I'm pretty sure that every other branch is not. But at the same time, it's just a different experience.
It's a different experience, yes.
All of us got different experiences. Every branch has a different experience.
Has a different experiences, yeah. But definitely if you're going to take 13 weeks compared to 8, that means there's something extra.
Yeah,
you're being trained.
Exactly.
And maybe, from my little knowledge, maybe is those people can be used in special missions, things like that. Yeah,
it all depends on your job, though.
Yeah.
Some jobs are like really different, like Army Rangers, different jobs.
Yeah. And
it all depends on which job it's really going to do. Like snipers, different jobs.
Different jobs, yeah.
Machine guns, different jobs. 0131s, different job. 0111s, different jobs. So everybody else has different jobs, but the difference between for us Marines is once you're a Marine for life. That is what
does that mean actually, like you're a Marine for life?
That means no matter where you go, you're forever going to be a Marine. So basically, everything they taught you, no matter where you are, you need to stand behind it no matter what.
Behind it. Yeah. So it doesn't matter if you have...
Doesn't matter.
You have...
It doesn't matter. Wow. You're still a Marine. It doesn't change it.
Yeah, that's quite a discipline.
You're still a Marine. It doesn't change it.
Wow. So if somebody wanted to get into the military,
in
their decision making, first of all, would you encourage anybody to get into the military?
Yes, I would.
Why?
Why? Because I feel like, for me, maybe my experience is different than everybody else, but it's bigger than just yourself. It's easy. I really feel like if you got, let's say for example, you got questions, if you want benefits, if you want this, if you want that, there's more to offer than regular civilian life does. You know, you get retired. If you join like at 20, you get retired at 40.
Wow, yeah. And you get the benefits of retirement before.
Exactly. So there's more benefits people don't really pay attention to it.
Yes.
But at the same time, it all depends how much are you willing to sacrifice to get to that level. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's all about like where your mental state is at. The biggest thing is where your mental state is at, because you can go in there not feel it and you can just come back home. It's okay to come back home. It doesn't mean you're going to be like a failure, but at the same time, just it wasn't a part of you. You know what I'm saying? So if you do it, have multiple reasons why behind it, why you're doing it, in order for you to succeed. If you don't have those reasons, I feel like you go there and start feeling like, why am I here? One
of the things that when I listen like to maybe the Marines being interviewed or people just in the Army in general, one of the things that they are proud of is if they have either been deployed somewhere and they have served, they like to talk about, I went to this place. Have you been deployed before?
No, I didn't get a chance to get deployed. I didn't get a chance to get deployed. I came back right before one of my units get deployed. So I didn't get a chance to get deployed. I was stationed in North Carolina. So I stayed in North Carolina for a while. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to really get deployed.
So in that case, like if you are with your fellow Marines, do they laugh at you and say,
actually,
like
no, actually it's really mutual respect, to be honest. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing with other branches too. It's really mutual respect. It's also that brotherhood, that sisterhood. It's that brotherhood, that sisterhood. Like I got a friend right now that I went in with. He's stationed in South Africa right now.
Yes.
And I talk to him every day. And I got another friend that he's stationed in China. You get deployed in multiple different areas depending on your job, and also depends on your unit too.
Yes.
And then if your unit is a deployable unit, then you get to deploy. If your unit is not a deployable unit, then you have to figure out a way for you to get deployed. It's all about growth and what you're really looking for.
Is it also to be deployed also may be dependent on what is going on in the world?
Not really. Sometimes it depends. I think it all depends on the orders.
Okay.
Depends on the orders that you get.
Yes.
Yeah, if you get orders, then if your unit gets orders, then you get orders.
So when we talk about like deployment,
Yeah.
it doesn't necessarily mean you are going to war. It could
No.
be like going to
No.
like an army base, a base in
It could
South
be,
Korea.
It could be like when you're going to just be like somewhere where maybe the orders might feel like, for example, let's pick like an embassy.
Yes.
So let's pick an embassy anywhere in Africa.
Yes.
And then the military or the chief of commanders feels, hey, we probably might need more security here. So I feel like maybe send a couple Marines, send a couple armies, send a couple navies, and all this and all that. And then all of you just happen to get stationed somewhere in Africa.
Right. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's like the deployment.
So there's not necessarily like people get deployed just for war. It could be like for other missions, like
it
just
could be
protect an embassy, security.
It could be security reasons. Most people get deployed because of security reasons. Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's not always war. It's not always war.
It's not always war.
No,
yeah.
it's not.
Have you ever had a case whereby somebody that you knew you're maybe in a boot camp together, they got, killed in the line of duty?
No, but I had a couple people that ended up killing themselves. Yeah.
Why is that, if you don't mind sharing?
I feel like it's really the mental state. It gets to you a lot. The loneliness, everything that you gotta do. And it's not easy if you don't have a better backup support.
What is the loneliness coming from? Is it like because you
missing home?
So some of this like they happen outside the country.
No,
like
even,
maybe
even the country too. Like
but
even,
in the army bases or the
in the army, the Marine Corps.
In the Marine Corps.
It happens too. It happens everywhere in the military. It's I feel like it just, and plus also it's also depression. You know what I'm saying? Because we all go through it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We all go through it. Just some of us have found a way to thrive above it, but everybody gets a chance to face it. But
I'm curious. So when you guys go through this boot camp, it seems like super intense, right?
Yes.
And you get really hardened.
Yes.
I'm just thinking if you go through that experience, you get out. Like you will be like super mentally tough such a way that...
Not really.
Not really.
No, because at the end of the day, there's still a human part of you.
Yeah.
They're not making you robots.
That's right.
There's still a human part of you. And that human part of you, sometimes it takes the best of you. And then when that human side of you takes the best of you, then you don't know how to maneuver. It doesn't matter how much training you have. By the end of the day, it's all about which side of your mental are you willing to control more.
Yeah.
Because you are taught to let your mind control your body. Because your mind will make your body do so much more than ever you ever known. But what happens if your body wants to control your mind? Now you got to learn the balance. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, it happens.
Do you ever feel out of place when you are not with like your Marines brothers? Just be in the public. Does it ever feel like you're out of place?
It felt like that when I first came home.
Yeah.
It felt like that when I first came home because when I first came home, I didn't know how people would take it.
Do you ever feel when you're in public out of place because now you do not have your Marine brothers around and sisters?
Yeah, actually I do. Every day, it's just a little different. Because I remember the first time when I came home, it was a little different for me to adjust myself around everything else that was going on. Because I was so used to this is how things done. This is how things is done. This is how everything does. This is how everything works. And to come back being a civilian again, it wasn't easy, but at the same time, it's not like you're just going to forget everything that you got going on. It don't matter what you're going to do, but at the same time, you just have to understand that, hey, now I got to learn how to be normal again. In a way, you just got to learn how to be normal again because you're not used to living that normal, daily, everyday life with everybody else. So you just have to put yourself back in that pedestal and be like, okay, look, this is what we're going to do now.
Do you ever... By any chance, do you ever feel sometimes like you are misunderstood by people?
Yes.
Regular people?
All the time, actually. All the time.
Yeah.
Because most people will be like, oh, your voice is too loud. You like this. You behave this way. You cuss too much. You do this. You behave that way. But then again, it's like, hey, I don't know. So I just I had to find that balance in the middle.
Yeah.
That's based on the way that I came out. And then when I came out, if like my brothers hear me talk or my sisters hear me talk, they will understand, oh man, that's the way we talk every day.
Yeah.
But because it's different than from people that doesn't understand the experience, then it's a little different. And you just have to learn how to manage yourself around it. Because the first thing you gotta learn is how to talk in here versus out here.
Yeah.
So you gotta scream your lungs
right
out. Veins are popping out. Everything's popping out.
Yeah.
Imagine screaming at somebody and they're telling you, I can't hear you. And you are screaming your lungs out. You are screaming your lungs out. Your lungs, veins are popping up. You mad. You look mad just because you're screaming.
And it would be like, I can't hear you.
Man. You take 3 days, your voice, you can't even speak no more. Your voice is gone.
You guys used to say, yes, sir.
Yo, man, bro.
Was that hard to get used to?
Man, it took me a minute. That's what I said.
Yeah.
For us, it was different because we had to talk in a third person point of view.
Explain more about that. Third person.
So third person point of view is anytime somebody asks you a question, so you go there, you are called a recruit. So you're basically a recruit.
Yeah.
So you don't have your name. Nobody's calling you by your name. So you haven't earned your name back first.
Oh, wow.
You are wearing it, but nobody's calling you that name.
They call you recruit.
Recruit. So every time you want to say something, like if me and you having a conversation, I'll be like, this recruit.
Wow.
This recruit. So I'm talking in third person point of view. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about me, but not as me.
Interesting.
So I don't even know how to say me till I graduate.
Wow.
So this recruit, that, this recruit. Everything is this recruit.
Yeah.
So that's the third person point of view.
Is it to remind you like your place?
I don't even know really what it is, to be honest. It's just that I feel like it's a way for them to strip that part of you away so they can teach you new. So they take your last name away. They take all this away. They take all that away. There's multiple things that you feel like they're taking away. But they're not really taking it away because they're going to give it back to you. Basically, they just want you to earn it a little differently than it being given it to you in a way.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Like, if I got to earn mine when I already know it was mine before.
Right.
So I'll do extra hard to make sure I bring that back to me.
So basically, they sort of like reprogramming you in a way.
Yes.
But then after the training is over, you have somehow to reprogram yourself to integrate the new programming and the whole programming.
Yes. Pretty much.
Wow.
So after you graduate, you basically get a good. You get into the whoops, and you gotta. Since you know this, now you know this. Now there's two parts of you that you're not learning how to merge both of them work together.
Wow.
In that way.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's beautiful though.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's so beautiful. I miss it every day. Every day I miss it. It's beautiful.
Do you think it's the same thing like when you go to work out and you push yourself and it's very painful and you get out? When you're working out, you're probably hating it. And you get out, it's, man, that feels good.
Yes, exactly. Almost the same thing. Almost the same thing.
Like in the language that I can understand.
Yes. Almost the same thing. Them near the same thing,
Yeah.
Or if you go work out, you push up and you do 10 push-ups today, and tomorrow you do 12. So now you already beat the 10. So now your goal is to get to 20.
20 years.
Same thing.
What is the couple of things, one or two things that you would say they were the hardest things you have ever done in your life within the military?
2? Or everything.
Out of everything, there gotta be one you can single and say, man, this one.
Everything was brand new. Being a leader, because I was a squad leader. Being a leader of like 3 people.
Yeah.
So being a leader, trying to learn how to be a leader, leading my platoon, understanding how to march, understand how to carry a rifle the right way, understand what a gun really mean, understand the protection of a gun, understand like every single thing. Honestly, it was basically hard, but after I took my time to understand everything else, it was more like what am I really looking for, you know? Like I remember one time we had like a field day or something like that, and I look at one of my Marines brothers, and then they was having it bad, and I remember I went to them, I said, look, man, what we gotta do, we just fake it until we make it. Just remember we're just gonna fake until we make it. And yeah, it was a pretty rough day. And we had them rough days, learning how to eat different foods.
Yeah.
Eating MREs instead of eating real food. Learning how to eat really fast.
Yeah.
Versus you taking your time. Learning how to chew in 2 seconds versus chewing in 10 minutes. All those things. Learning how to hurry up and wait.
Hurry up and wait.
So you don't know what hurry up and wait means.
Explain, please.
Okay. So hurry up and wait is, hey, we gotta get here at this time. But we won't start at the time that we're supposed to get there. So let's say I come here.
Yes.
All right. You tell me, hey, I need you to be here at 3 o'clock. I come here at 3 o'clock, but we don't start until 10, till like 11.
Yeah.
Till 3, till 4, 5.
Yes.
But I got here at 3.
Yeah.
So now I'm waiting on you from 4, 5, 6. Then you start.
Then you start.
That's what's called hurry up and wait.
Hurry up and wait. I like that.
You gotta learn that.
Do you think I may have to find a way to use that?
Hurry up and wait.
In the civilian world.
Hurry up and wait. Yeah, pretty much. Hurry up and wait.
So you joined the military, the Marine Corps.
Yes, sir.
And you are dating at the moment.
Yes.
And you said that like it took 5 years before you can convince your person.
Yeah.
How being in the military, did it affect your relationship in any way? Or how you mentioned that they basically take everything away. They also take your phone away, I'm assuming.
Yes.
So how did you communicate with your
letters?
You have to write old school.
Yes, old school. At that time, back then, I think now it's different. I don't know. I don't know what's looking like now in boot camp, but back then, they would take your phone away. But they pretty much would take everything away. Yeah. Your phone, your clothes, they give you new clothes, everything until you graduate. So they really stripping you of everything. Everything. And then once you graduate, then you get your phones, you get everything else.
So if you're dating someone or if your fiancé married, is there a time like they can't visit regularly?
No. You have only 1 day for family day.
Out of all that, how many months of training? You said 13?
3 months. 3 months of training.
Oh, so 3 months of training.
13 weeks.
Yeah. So all that time, just once?
One time.
Yeah, so you write it.
It's basically 2 times. 1 time for family day.
Yes.
And then 1 time for graduation.
That must have been, it can be maybe tough for maybe people.
It's really tough. Honestly, it's really tough because the only thing that you do, honestly, is letters and you got to wait.
Yeah.
Till another letter comes back. And then when another letter comes back, your drill instructor walk around with your name off. Here's your letter, here's your letter, here's your letter. Then you read it. And you get like maybe 20 minutes to read the letter, and you got 10 minutes to read, 10 minutes to write the letter, whatever response you gotta say. So you just basically, hey, look, I'm doing okay. I'm happy that everybody else is doing well. I hope everything over there is good. Over here, I'm doing well. I'm trying to manage whatever I can manage, trying to do whatever I can, trying to learn every day. You're just basically expressing how you feel through that letter. Yeah. And then you just ship it off. And then you just hope they get it. And then they respond to you next time. Yes. Things like that. So you gotta learn how to write letters. Love letters, you're gonna be your best friends. Yes. Yeah, love letters.
So once you leave the military, once you left the military, is there any form of support that you get from the
VA? Yeah. You do. It also depends if you really want to use the VA. Honestly, the VA is always there for you. The VA is always there for support. You just gotta go and actually reach out. Honestly, it's all about reaching out. It's not just the VA by itself, but you also you always meet up other military members somewhere, somehow. Yeah. Depending on their experience. You can just have a conversation with somebody and you will tell, yeah, I know that person's out. Because there's a certain way that somebody talks in their dialogues, you can pick up. Be like, okay, yeah.
Or you can be able to tell, okay, this person...
Yeah, you can pick up. Yeah. It's different. They got different dialogues that you can tell that, hey, you served. Hey, where did you serve at? Type of things like that. And then from there, it just become a normal conversation because you already picked up certain things. The clues, and then you guys get to understand each other. But the VA is always there for help whenever you need it, whatever. Maybe the process might be different, but it's always there.
That's good. That's good. I think, I don't know about other nations, but it seems like Americans, they value the veterans.
They do in a way, per se, but then again, I don't think the United States have took enough time to understand the mental health that come with being in the military. Yeah. Because if you look outside, you see more homeless They are veterans.
They're veterans, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think the focus has been, because there's this thing about military complex and it's in the politics and everybody is like, oh, we are finding military complexes. Do you think sometimes there's the gaining profit out of the military that maybe sometimes the government or the people involved, they care more about the profit that they can gain from there instead of even taking care of the people actually who served?
Yeah, but I feel like, yes, it does happen like that a lot. And then it also depends on which angle you are seeing it at.
Yeah.
But for me, I personally feel like the government itself should pay more attention to the mental health of every vet.
Yes.
Because everybody don't come home the same.
Definitely,
Nobody ever come home the same. It don't matter that you are stationed in the United States. It don't matter where you're stationed overseas.
Yeah.
It don't matter where you are stationed at. You don't come home the same.
The same, yeah.
And the fact that, yes, the VA is there, but the process and all this and all that, for me, I just feel like they should be able to focus more, not just focus more on just the vets, but just focus more on, more importantly, like mental health.
Yes.
I think we will be able to change a lot.
Do you think
the mental health?
Is it like when it comes to mental health, is it the facilities, they are few, or the facilities are there, but they are not equipped with the right personnel? Like, what do you think could be done better?
I feel like one thing that I feel like would be done better is just pay attention more. Because I feel like the facility, yes, they are there. The equipments, yes, they are there. But at the same time, who's paying attention?
So you don't think that the vets actually get listened to, their needs?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Because if most of the vets were really getting their needs being heard, we shouldn't be more vets who are homeless than anything else.
That's I agree, yeah. And especially since these are people who have served the country,
yes, exactly,
kept everybody safe.
Exactly.
I think they should be in the top priorities to making sure that they live a good life.
Yeah, but not just those, not just the vets, but just mental health in general. I feel like mental health in general, nobody really take that much time to actually understand it. And it goes back to the conversation we're having earlier, like us growing up from a different country and different this. Like, none of us really understand what mental health really is.
Absolutely, yeah.
And the fact that none of us really take time to understand what mental health really is, it gives us an escape, but at the same time, when you look at the reality now, it doesn't give us any escape at all. So it's just not just for the vets. I just feel like it's for everybody.
That's true. Mental health is like everybody basically have some level of mental health issues. But I think also it's possible that people know they have mental health issues, but they don't want to even go see a professional. Like they can they want to toughen out. Yeah. So it's possible that even though maybe the resources are available, but even some of the veterans, they don't want to go and be told like they're sick.
They feel a little ashamed.
Yeah.
And it happens.
So it could be maybe like an education that needs to happen. Even maybe, I don't know, maybe more educations even during the training. Hey, I'm assuming there's maybe
like a mental health class?
To be prepared. Hey, just so you know that once you finish, your service.
Yes, you do get those classes.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you only get those classes before you get out. So it's okay.
So it doesn't be a good thing. Before you get out, you already know. Once you get out,
you really don't know. That's just a class. So you really don't know. It's just a class.
So then what I'm hearing is, if you get out, like there needs to be like form of a follow-up. Whereby like you can be told like, okay, now you're out and you're in this location. These are where the resources are. Yeah,
they do all that. That's why they got a VA almost everywhere. But at the same time, you gotta be the one that gotta reach out. You as the individual that's getting out.
Okay.
You gotta be the one that's reaching out.
But I agree with you on that. But we also know that there are a group of individuals who want to toughen up, and so there still need to be a follow-up from either the government in some ways, either through social work, to be able like to follow up on the individuals, because they know the number of people who have been out of the military.
Yes, because after that, the military is just a number, bro. The military is just a number. You're just a number. You're just an ID number. That's it. An ID number. Plug the ID number. Okay, I know you. Father ID number know you.
Yeah.
Father ID number know you. It's like getting a second social security number. Basically.
Yeah.
Only comes with like security clearance, different things. That's what it comes with. But besides that, you're just another social security number.
Do you think that like the servicemen are well respected here in America?
Somewhat. Honestly, in somewhat they really are. They are there. They are mainly appreciated. And no, in multiple different ways they're really appreciated and they're really well respected.
Yes.
But it's about collectively, once you come home, everybody has to maneuver something and then help them go through a transition that maybe everybody don't understand. And that way you're making it easier for somebody to just transition. So you're just basically going through a transition.
Yes.
And then you rather have somebody that ease you through your transition versus making it difficult for you to go through the whole process.
Once you leave the military, either you have retired from the military,
all right,
or
separating.
Yeah, and you come back and interact with the civilian. And how does your experience? Now you're coming back as a whole different person than when you went first to the military. So like the person that, and in this case, I'm talking about your romantic partner because that's somebody who is really close to you.
Yeah.
It could be like either your fiancé,
your mother's kids,
your
wife,
girlfriend, your wife. Yeah. Let's talk about girlfriend and wife because that's your romantic partner. Right. How do you think it affects when you come back? The relationship is the same in a lot of cases, or
it really depends. Honestly, depends. Like, how did you go in, and how did that person feel about you, and how much communication line were both of you guys allowed each other to keep? Yes. You know what I'm saying? Because you still have a communication line. Either it's via letters, it's via cell phones, whatever case may be. It's like loving somebody from a distance. When you love somebody from a distance, you don't really know them every day. Yeah. But you can feel their message or whatever they're saying through however you guys are end up communicating. And then once you guys see each other, then whatever you communicated, you just have to play a part. Yes. So whatever you communicate, gotta become bigger than whatever else might be going on in that moment. Is there a change? Yes, there's always a change because there's always fear. In your heart, there's fear. Like, this person is still gonna see me the same. That's the same thing with your partner too. She might feel like, is he still gonna see me the same? You might feel like, she's still gonna see me the same. And it happens. And that's one of those days that like, the best thing about that is the more you talk to each other, the easier you are making that transition for yourself. Yes. So it all depends on how much your partner allows you to be you and how much communication you had prior to even you coming home. Right. Yeah. It gotta be, I'm pretty sure it's probably something easy to transition to, especially if you're a leader like you are. Yeah. The way, like, at least I see in the military, like when the leader gives instructions, they are done. Yeah, right? Yeah. It's not easy though. And now you come back and it's like, you know, you gotta learn. Somebody has to. You gotta listen to somebody else. Yeah, like. Yeah, basically, honestly, I think it's always, for me, I feel like it was always like bigger than that. Yeah. Bigger than yourself. Which it makes a whole lot easier if in your heart you know that it's bigger than yourself. You know what I'm saying? Yes. If you know that it's bigger than yourself, then in your heart you already know. Yes. Yeah, this is bigger than me. Even though I'm doing it, but it's bigger than me. Even if it's my partner, all I'm asking for is my partner to understand, hey, this is what I want to do. And the more you have those type of partners, the easier everything becomes. So that's how I feel. Yeah. But the transition doesn't mean it's gonna make the transition easier. No, you're really gonna eat up some things. Yeah. You're gonna eat up some words. Yeah. You're gonna eat up some. You're gonna eat up some reactions. The way you snap within seconds, you gotta learn how not to snap anymore. Yeah. Because if you snap, now you're not just snapping at anybody. You just gotta know who you're snapping at. Yeah. Even though those military are your brothers and sisters, but there's a level of communication that you know that your partner at that moment may not know. Yes. So if I'm just going off at you, yelling at you, you probably may not understand. Yeah. You may be like, why are you even yelling at me for? because you're so used to that.
Yes.
It became a normal thing.
It became a normal thing, yeah.
So you're going to have to learn how to communicate differently. And before you transition, you go through a class for a week or two. They teach you how to communicate better, how to move better, how to do different things better, how to understand how, then you at least come back with that in the back of your head.
Yeah.
But it's just a class. It doesn't mean that's the real life.
Is there a good time to join the military? And a bad time to join the military?
A good time, 18. 18 or 19, because you are giving yourself enough time to be able to basically branch your whole life out. A bad time, I would say 30 plus.
Yeah.
Because 30 plus, you already went through every single phase. So between 18 to like 25, 27,
yeah,
you still got enough, and your mind hasn't really developed enough. You still got enough for you. You still got enough space to grow.
Yeah.
But once you hit 30, that's like the maturity that you're going to hit, be like, oh man, you know what, then what?
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And then unless you already got everything else together and you're like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna go to military, just be in an office. I went to college and I can't really get a job in college, the job I'm looking for. Let me use the military to become credential on my resume.
Yes. The other question too, in terms of that also is, should somebody considering to join, let's say they're in a good age, let's say 18 to 25, 27, should they ever look at the global politics to decide if they should get into the military?
No, honestly, no. Because global politics doesn't play any part if you join the military. Global politics is the global politics. You can't change that.
Yeah.
But you got to understand that you got to know the purpose and why you are really joining. Like I said, there's multiple jobs.
Yes.
There's multiple different jobs. So if you worry about global politics and you never been in the front of the line,
yes.
So why you worry about global politics? There's nothing to do with you. You can be stuck in America forever.
Yeah.
You can be pushing papers forever. For however long you're going to be in the military, you're pushing papers. So what is global politics has anything to do with the job that you're doing? It gives you access to it.
Yes.
More than anybody else. But it doesn't mean it gives you access to the details.
Is there anything like when somebody, they're in the military, that everybody wants, is there any particular thing somebody wants to do before they get out of the military?
It depends. I feel like that's really an individual goal.
Yes.
Those are like individual goals. Like anybody who asks, everybody got different answers. Yes. Because those are individual goals.
I heard like there'll be like some people, either they want to be raised to a particular rank, and maybe that's one of their goals in leadership.
Right.
And then there are people, maybe, I don't know, maybe like snipers, like how many kills they have. Yeah. It may depend on an individual.
It depends on the individual. That's an individual goal. That's not a
universal
thing. That's not a universal thing. That's like individual goal. Because you got to remember, everybody going there, their goal is to join the military and protect the United States, so whoever's the president, all this and all that. But at the same time, it doesn't mean you're going to forget your own dreams. Right. So basically, your dreams gets more access. You have more access to reach your dreams faster in the military than anywhere else. That's the only thing different. Because you can incorporate your military career and your dreams and put them together. And if everything goes good, they can all align.
So basically, they can speed up a lot of processes. Yes. Because I've also heard like they can speed up the immigration process as well.
The last time I was in the military, they had canceled that.
They had canceled that?
Yeah, they canceled that. But like when I joined, that was the last time because usually people used to join the military and get
citizenship.
Yeah, I think I was one of the last rounds, and then after that they cut it off.
But also lately, especially, I don't know if it was just during the Biden administration.
I think it was basically under Biden administration.
Yeah, I had something to do with the military was having a hard time recruiting new recruits. I don't know if anything has changed, but I know it was in the news. I don't know how much I should believe on the news.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't even know who pay attention to the news anymore. But I don't. It's a whole bunch of crap nowadays.
When I listen like to different podcasts, and then they'll be like, United States is having a hard time like recruiting. They're not hitting their numbers and all of that. But I don't know how true that is.
Yeah, honestly, I have no idea. To be honest, I have no idea. One thing I don't do, I don't listen. I don't watch the news. I really don't.
Honestly, it's a good thing. The less news.
But it's a whole bunch. It's a whole bunch of crap. It's a whole bunch of crap.
It's drama.
It's man. It just nowadays just feel like it just feel hear me.
Yeah.
Hear me. I want you to hear me and follow me. I don't. Nobody's really is willing to be honest, so I don't really pay attention to that.
Yeah.
So I don't know about that.
Is there anything that you think we should talk about within the military that we haven't touched on?
Honestly, nothing really, because everything is normal. And so to me, I feel like the military is normal. It's sort of about what a person mindset look like. Honestly, it's really what a person. And I understand that some people have the fear.
Yes.
Of if I join, I'm gonna go to war. No, you're not.
Not necessarily.
No, you're not. You know what I'm saying? You're not. There's more people before your name can get called up.
Wow.
So no, you're not.
And is that part of? I've listened, as I said, I've listened to some podcasts and some military personnel will be interviewed. And one of the things is there are some who just want to be in the field.
Yes. You don't have to be in the field.
You don't have to be.
You don't have to. That's why the beauty about it is that there's multiple jobs.
Yes.
You go to work. You're still going to work 9 to 5 job. No matter what, you're still going to work 9 to 5.
Is there a 9 to 5 thing in the military?
Yes, 9 to 5.
Even in the case of an emergency?
Get up and in case of emergency is different.
Yes.
But if your regular job is your regular job, if you work in a warehouse,
yes,
you're going to get up 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
To 5 o'clock.
So they have shifts, just
and then
like
you go home. You go back to your base and you go back to your dorm and you go to sleep.
Yes.
It's like a regular day.
It's like a regular day.
You just don't clock in anyway.
Yeah.
That's it. You got a regular job.
You get paid like by just like 40 hours a week, or the payment system is
salary.
Different? It's salary.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Government. If the government shuts down, you don't get paid.
That's why I can see them like in the system. Men are trying not to shut the government down.
It's a lot. It's a lot behind the government getting shut down.
Yeah.
But besides that, military is still gonna get paid though. At the end of the day, still gonna get paid. But no, but you can get a regular job. You can already get a regular job.
Yes.
With a uniform.
With a uniform.
That's it. You go. You have a regular job.
Yeah.
You're a regular person.
Yeah.
Like everybody else. 7 to 5. Your job is done.
Yes.
You go on and go out, do whatever you want. So come back in the morning and do the same thing.
When you guys are in the military base, once you leave, like let's say 5, and you are done with your duty, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys have freedom to wear regular clothes and go and do your thing?
But you're a normal person.
Yeah.
After that, you're a normal person. You get off work.
Yeah.
You go to where you live at.
Yes.
You change your clothes. You're a civilian.
You're a civilian, yeah.
That's it. Now I'm a civilian. I can go out. I can go party. I can go do whatever.
Yes.
I can come back later.
Makes sense.
As long as I don't go party and get in trouble.
Yeah.
I can go and come back.
When there was one instance where an African American guy he was on Army uniform. I don't know if he was Marine, Navy, or what he was. Yeah. But he got pulled over and he really got treated really bad by the police.
I seen the video.
Yeah. For a person who has been in the military, like, how does that look like to you?
That's wrong. That's really wrong, because when situations like that happens, it's a matter of... That's what happened to individualism, man. It's just... When some people want to express power over respect with the uniform, then that's wrong.
Yeah, because like he's in American like military uniform, and then you mistreat them. Like, respect the uniform, right?
Yeah, if you look at things like that's where it goes back to is in individualism. But some people are racist. It doesn't matter who's wearing the uniform, who's not. To them, they still see you as like nothing, even though if you have the uniform on.
Is there a rivalry between... No, finish what you were saying, sorry.
No, it doesn't really change much when it comes to that, unless we all have struggled, especially with being Black or African Americans or anything like that. We have struggled with people understanding that we are equal to them.
Yeah.
So in a situation like that, it was always different because Now, what do you respecting? First of all, you don't respect the uniform. You don't respect that what I got on, and you're here pushing me around like I'm not doing exactly the same thing as you, or even to a better level. And at the same time, you are choosing to disrespect me, not just me as a person, but you are disrespecting the flag that I got on my right shoulder.
Yeah.
So it's so much thing that can go through that, but it happens, man. That's those kind of cases are like individual cases. Depends on the people.
So there's no rivalry between the army and the regular police?
No, I don't think so. Honestly,
we can just say these were bad apples.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
There's really none. There's really none. There's really nothing. Like, do you know we got military police too?
No,
Can
I
you go
didn't
to
know
the
that.
military and be a police?
I have heard like you can go to the training, but then you get posted to be like a state trooper.
That's if you are done with everything else and you come back home, you can be a state trooper, you can be anything. So you really can go to in the military, you become a military police.
Wow.
You are a military police. Your job is a police officer.
Interesting.
Your job description is a police officer. Nothing else.
Yeah, nothing else. Yeah.
You are a police officer.
If maybe I don't know if this is a question for you, but so do you think if like for yourself, if you were to decide to become a police officer, will you consider that as will you have to be retrained again, or they'll just
I would just
take you in?
I just have to classify for whatever standards that they have in the police department.
Yeah.
You're still gonna have to classify it for the standard they got in the police department.
Yeah.
You're still gonna have to do that. Doesn't matter. You still have to go through whatever training that they have.
Yes.
Still gonna go through their regulations.
Yeah.
Still gonna be able to meet whatever standards that they have. Yeah, it doesn't change just because you're in the military. It gives you a free pass.
No, it doesn't. But definitely,
it does give you an advantage, but it doesn't make you better than everybody else.
Right.
It's if I'm a CEO somewhere, and then I wanna go be a CEO for a different company, but there's other different CEOs that wants the same job. Do you think when all the CEOs are not gonna compete for it?
They will compete for it.
There you go. Same thing. So just because you have an experience from somewhere doesn't mean your experience. It does give you an edge, but it doesn't make you qualified.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
This conversation has been good. I think I had a lot of fun.
It's been great, bro. It's been amazing.
And I hope this conversation will help somebody.
Man, I hope so too. But it's been great.
Yeah, who is in the military already or planning to do it. And who knows, somebody out there who can also relate, like, you never know.
If you want to go, just go. One thing I would say is just remember, understand why you're doing it for. There's multiple voices out there telling you multiple different things. But at the end of the day, the choice is yours.
I'm glad you're advising people because personally, one of the things I've said when I was young, I would never go to the military.
Why not?
It was never an option.
Why not?
I don't know. It has never clicked to me that I want to be a soldier.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, never.
Do you know you can join and just be an officer?
Again, when I made this decision, I was little.
Do you know that? Even now, you can still make that choice. Okay, look, I want to join the military and I'll be an officer.
Be an officer, yeah.
Yeah, you graduate college, right?
Yeah.
You'll be a first or second lieutenant.
See? You still have to go through that training.
I mean, you still got to go through the training, but that's a normal thing.
It's a normal thing, yeah.
Everybody goes through it. I think once you'll be surprised how much your mind can tell your body what to do.
I'm over 30.
It doesn't matter. The limit age is 37. Are you 37?
Yes.
You are?
Yes.
Nah, I know you're lying. I know you're lying because you just don't want to go. That's two different things. I know you're lying because you don't want to go.
But you heard Matendo. He said, if you're planning to go, do it. So don't listen to Isika. Listen to Matendo. He has gone there. He has the experience. He has the insight. So
no, listen to Isika too.
Yeah.
Everybody got different views on everything.
That's true, yeah, and passions.
Yeah. You know what I would say? I would like to see Isika in the National Guard uniform. So if he's going to do me a favor, let him go take that test and see where we go.
But do you know, like, even one thing that would disqualify me is my height.
No, there's no height level. Trust me, there's more people that are shorter than you probably. Do you know? Do you think that every female is 5'6"?
No.
Exactly. So how are they in the military? Did the height disqualify them?
Probably not if they're there.
You see how you're telling me?
But
the first thing that would disqualify me is my height.
But you see, the things have changed. There's no longer a day. That diversity thing that Trump scratched. So I could have there like...
Can you guys believe that he's out here giving me so much excuses? First he went to height. Now he's telling me about
diversity and inclusion. I don't know what else.
Exactly. Now he's telling me about DEI. Can you believe this? That's crazy. Just give it a try.
Give it a word. You'll look into it. Today you have convinced me I should get a Mac computer. And now you're convincing me to join the military.
You want to have the conversation, my brother?
Hey, Matendo thinks that my production process would be smoother if I had an Apple computer.
I do.
I don't have the money to buy it, but if you're out there, you want to sponsor me with an Apple computer,
please do.
Hey, I'll take it, and then I'll give it a shot, and then I'll come back and say,
please do.
If Apple computer is more powerful than my Dell Precision.
Yes. I love that.
Yes.
I'll be waiting for that.
All right. Any last words before we finish?
I don't even know, man. My last words is I appreciate it. It's been a long time coming, and it's been an honor to be honest. And I'm honestly, I'm proud of you. Yeah, keep it pushing. I feel like more so, maybe some other day, we will have another conversation. We will sit down and talk about the struggle of mental health among Africans.
Yes.
That most people don't really take time to talk about. The struggle of the way we were raised in different ways and how we maneuver different things.
Yes.
So that way everybody can have the chance to be able to like, hey, mental health is really serious. What do we do to escape that? Or how can we do it better? Or how can we manage it better? Because not everybody actually understand that. So yeah, it would be great.
And I'm really appreciative you coming in and sharing your knowledge and experiences and the courage. So you'd be surprised how many people don't want to be in front of a camera.
Man, bro, come on, bro. We're just having a conversation. It's just me and you talking, but we're just having a conversation. It's like me and you talking in the car.
Yeah, exactly, right? Tell people. Because I need more people to come.
It's like me and you just having a conversation in the car. That's really what it is.
And once you start like having a conversation, forget like there are cameras.
Yeah, that's really it.
Completely.
Once you get used to it, it depends. And you have made it. It's a safe environment. It's in a welcoming environment. So why not be you? Except you gotta be you while the camera are going off. You gotta pay attention.
Yeah. So I really appreciate you coming in and sharing your knowledge, the wealth of knowledge that you have gathered over the years. And I appreciate your time. You sharing, like, there's a lot of people who find this information really useful. So are you just taking your time and don't take it for granted? I really don't take it for granted. And to our audience, please take a listen. If you have any questions,
please ask.
You can DM me, Matendo.
I'm Matendo 4.
Yeah,
I'm Matendo 4 on Instagram.
Matendo 4.
Yeah, Matendo 4 on Instagram. Ruri Matendo on Facebook. You can always find me. I'm always around.
Yes.
Most of you already know who I am. So let's catch and have more convo and understand a whole lot of different things because none of us know everything. It's always easier for us to have a conversation to help each other grow.
Definitely.
In a way.
So with the Matendo 4, is it the number 4?
Yes, a number 4. Number 4. Yeah,
okay,
number 4.
Gotcha, yeah. And to our subscribers, please, watch and comment and also turn that notification bell so that anytime I post that you get a notification. And to those who are not subscribed, I want to urge you before you exit the video, please go and subscribe. I'm trying to get 500 subscribers in the next 2 months.
We'll get there.
So
knows?
Let's push it. We are halfway there.
Let's do it. We're almost there. Since we're halfway there, we're almost there. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. And if you are there as an African or African American or anybody who deals with African diaspora or works with the refugees or students of African descent, please, and you would like me to bring you on, please reach out to me, DM me on Instagram or on Facebook, and then I'll be able to respond. Again, the channel is Msafiri_ADP for African Diaspora Podcast, and is like that across all the social media. If you see Msafiri DDP, like it's in the back of my background, it says like DDP. It used to be Diaspora Dialogues Podcast, but it has changed to more specific African Diaspora podcast. So please subscribe, comment, and reach out if you want to share your story or you know somebody who wants to share their story. This platform is for us Africans to share our experiences. So for now, we will say...
Holla. See you guys later.
See you later.